everyone, welcome back to Homestead Corner. Today it is super duper cold out, so we are going to whip up a shrimp chowder from our Thrive Life. We have been outside doing chores, lugging wood, all that fun stuff, and it's about 20 degrees. So we were thinking about something really quick and nice and warm to warm up our bellies. So we're gonna whip up a super fast shrimp chowder with our Thrive Life freeze-dried foods and just a few basic ingredients, some of the freeze-dried milk, carrots, potatoes, celery, onions, corn, and shrimp. And I'm going to use the Chef's Blend seasoning and a little bit of fish sauce, just to give it a little extra flavor. Okay, to get started, I've got about 7 cups of water in my pot, and I'm just going to put this on a medium high, and we're going to bring it up to a boil. And while it is warming up, I'm going to add the potatoes, carrots, and celery, because those take the longest to rehydrate. And I'm going to put about a ½ cup of the dehydrated potato chunks. These are super good, nice and bite-sized. So I'm going to put about a ½ cup of those in. And about a ½ cup of the carrots as well. I love carrots in my soup. Put those in there. And let's see. Yeah, about a ½ cup of celery. I love celery in soups. So yummy. And then we are going to add about a ½ cup of corn. This corn is so good. Oh my goodness. I'm always digging in here and just grabbing a piece for a snack. Yum, yum. Then I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of the chopped onions. These are so tasty and yummy. I like lots of onions. You could definitely reduce the onions if you're not a huge onion fan. I love onions. Then we are going to add about 2 cups of our freeze-dried shrimp. Look at those little shrimpies. They are so good. Alright, so there's one. I'm going to put about 2 cups in, I think. I don't always measure this. I usually just kind of throw in what I think it needs. Add it a little different each time. That's how I cook most of the time. Just toss it in, see what happens. And then I'm going to let this come to a boil, and then we're going to add our milk. Okay, so this is up to a boil, and I let this boil for about 3 minutes so far. And this really doesn't take long. We just want to make sure everything is nice and hydrated, and we want to get those flavors all mixed together. So I am now going to add about a cup of the Thrive Life instant milk. The stuff is great. I'm going to put about a cup in there. We want this to be nice and creamy. Not really thick, but nice and creamy. And that just, it's instant really with hot water. Oh my goodness. So, and I am turning this down to a simmer. So I just want to keep it hot and boiling, like very just moving. And then I'm going to add a few shakes of the Chef's Choice. It's just a whole bunch of good flavors, just to get some good flavor in there. Oh, that smells good already. And then I am going to add a few shakes of this fish sauce, because it just adds that little extra fishy flavor. We'll put a few shakes of that in there. Not going to overdo it. Just enough to make it yummy. And you can skip that if you want. If you had fish broth, if you had that available, that would be wonderful for the base instead of water. And just add your milk to that. You could do this a bazillion different ways, and that is really what I love the most about Thrive, is you can really mix this up. Everything is individual ingredients, and you can mix them up a million different ways. So we're just going to put our cover back on and let this simmer for a few more minutes. Okay, so I have just tested my carrots and potatoes to make sure they are all rehydrated and soft. And this is a little bit thinner than I like my chowder. I like my chowders a little thicker. Some people like them thin, and you could definitely go with it really thin. So I'm just going to scoop out a little bit of this liquid and try not to get too much food in it. A little bit of onion pieces isn't a problem, but you know, mostly the liquid. I'm just going to scoop a little bit out, and I'm going to add some flour to it, which is going to thicken my chowder and make it nice and chowdery. So I'm going to add, we have about 7 cups of water in there, so I'm going to add it to a tablespoon and a half of flour. Just put it right in that hot liquid, and I just mix this all up just like any time I'm making a soup. If I want it thicker, I can add a little flour and it will thicken it. So I just want to make sure all that flour is dissolved in there. There's no chunks, because we don't want chunks in the soup. Once that is good and mixed, make sure that's all mixed. Got some onion bits in there. So we're going to pour this right in, give it a good stir, and let it simmer for maybe 3 or 4 more minutes. And it should thicken up nicely. Just get that all mixed in there. It smells so good. I am ready for a nice warm lunch to fill up my belly. So after this was all done cooking, I let it sit for a couple minutes, thickens up a little bit more after that. So it's not a super thick chowder, but it's how I like it. And I do like it creamy, and I'm going to add a little parsley, and I like a little bit of soup crackers. Let's try it out. It's still pretty hot. So yummy. You can taste all the vegetables and the shrimp, and the fish sauce gives it a nice kind of fishy flavor along with the shrimp. It's super good. We just love this, and that is it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna go eat some lunch.